public relations campaign for the celebration of the historic Baltic Way, Heartbeats for the Baltics. 20 years ago, the people of Latvia, Lithuania and Estonia united in a common fight for freedom and formed a living human chain, the Baltic Way. 20 years after this event, the Baltic states have been stricken by recession and the mood of the people has sunk to its lowest point since the restoration of independence. It was clear that repeating the Baltic Way was not possible. However, rather than formal and official events, conferences, meetings and ceremonies, Latvia's president Valdis Zatlers had the vision to create an event involving all the citizens of the Baltic states. The goal of the campaign was to get as many residents of the Baltic states as possible to become involved in the 20th anniversary of the Baltic Way, so feeling the unity of the Baltic states and rekindling memories of the joint struggle for freedom. Considering all of these aspects, we needed to find a solution involving people and making them feel as if they belonged. In order to revive the memory of those feelings of unity and patriotism, the idea of the Run for Baltic Unity, Heartbeats for the Baltics, came into being. On the 22nd and 23rd of August 2009, a 31-hour-long run for unity was organised along the historic route of the Baltic Way in celebration of its 20th anniversary. The Baltic Way route was divided into 1 kilometre-long stages, and every citizen of the Baltic states was invited to choose a kilometre and run it, adding their own heartbeats to the common pulse of the Baltic states. Campaign activities. 3 weeks prior to the event, a website was launched for online registration for the run with an interactive map allowing participants to select their preferred stage. At the opening press conference, the President of Latvia was the very first to register. The envoys for the run followed him, well-known public figures and young people, 20 years of age, actually born on the historic day of the Baltic Way. Simultaneous press conferences and ceremonial registration were held in Estonia's and Lithuania's parliament buildings. An information tent was opened for 3 weeks where several thousand participants registered for the run and could buy special t-shirts. The President of Latvia, Valdis Zatlers, joined several hundred orienteers in a warm-up run. Bakers baked and sent strength-boosting bread to the cities where the run was to start, Vilnius and Tallinn. Also, special Heartbeat for the Baltics signposts were ceremonially erected and each kilometre of the Baltic Way run was marked. After a speech from the President of Estonia and a start signal, followed by the sound of many people's heartbeats and the ringing of church bells, the run began in Tallinn. A short while later, following a speech by the President of Lithuania, the start signal was also given in Vilnius. In cooperation with the local councils of the major towns along the route, runners were greeted with special events. Performances by choirs, folkloric and folk dancing groups, as well as by campfires and a torchlight procession. The run finished in the centre of Riga, where the Latvian president himself ran a kilometre together with more than 1,000 other runners. The course of the run and the accompanying events were broadcast live on the main internet portals, national TV and the most popular social networking sites. Results and evaluation. The aim of the campaign was achieved. The run attracted more than 60,000 people from all 3 Baltic states, which is the biggest number of people ever to participate in a mass running event in the Baltic states. Many thousands of people cheered on the runners at roadsides all along the historic route of the Baltic Way. Numerous warm-up events and successful cooperation with the media resulted in hundreds of large and thousands of smaller publications throughout the Baltic states. The events also attracted widespread attention among the major global media. The extensive publicity resulted in the active cooperation and involvement of readers. Thus, for example, the photo section recording the run has been viewed 400,000 times on the Delphi portal. The section about the run on the biggest social networking site, draugiem.lv, has been viewed more than 1 million times. Tens of thousands of people followed the run via live broadcasts on the internet. Participants have posted several thousand photos and videos capturing the run on the interactive map on the campaign website. The historic route of the Baltic Way, revived in the common heartbeats of the runners, renewed the togetherness of the nations of the Baltic states.